So welcome back, guys. It's me again, Gift Ngosi at Private Wealth Trading Clients, and I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of trades that I have already taken, okay, on US30 and what I see some other currency pairs doing, what I foresee them doing. So I'm gonna get into the video and show you guys what's been going on and what trades I've been taking and what strategies I've been using. Very simple strategies with very good risk reward ratios. Okay, so I'll be diving into that, mostly price action, and it's going to be really simple and really easy. So we're starting off with US30, the daily time frame, and we see on the daily time frame is that we have a resistance. Okay, we have a resistance, and a resistance is an area where, let me get a path. Let me just quickly. So an area of resistance, if you had to get an example, is if you get over here, right, you see have price buying, 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 and then it gets to an area where it goes down again, up again, down again, like it consolidates. Okay, and what would then be created over here is then an area which you call resistance. Okay, where price is failing to break. Okay, and then eventually price then ends up going back to the downside. Okay, it ends up then selling. This is what we call resistance. Okay, an area where price is failing to break towards the upside to continue for more buying positions. Okay, so what we have on US30, right, is a resistance area. All right, we have a resistance area, price bought, rejected, came back down again, bought and rejected again, and it has done this twice so far. All right, and that has been made our weekly resistance. All right, that is what has been made our weekly resistance. So now I'm looking for selling positions, and I'll tell you guys major signs we got that there will be more selling power. Okay, so then looking at the trend that we're in right now, okay, we're in a buying trend because price is making higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs. Okay, that's what price is doing. All right, so this would be higher low. All right, I mean a higher high, then makes a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and a higher high. This is what you call a downtrend. Okay, that's what you call a downtrend. Okay, when price is making higher highs, higher highs, higher low, all right, higher high, and what's this, higher low. So I'm sure you guys get the the picture right now. Okay, okay, and then price where we call a retest is when price breaks that area. Okay, breaks that area, like right over here. It broke and shot through this resistance, right? This resistance was rejected. Price went up for a buy, then came back for a sell. It rejected that area. It failed to break through. So that became our resistance. Now, so price then rejected in that area making this area now a sell, okay? And what happened there when rejected, it instantly became a resistance, okay? Price rejected and failed to break through for a buy. Now then price broke through for a buy. And what happens when price does this? Price will come back on that level once it breaks through and comes back, making a pullback. This comeback after this buy over here is what we call a pullback. When price pulls back, okay, when it has entered a specific trend, which was a buy, it broke the level, then made a pullback. This pullback and price then respecting on top of this resistance that has now been broken is what we call a retest, and now it's making it a support. A support is an area where price fails to break through for sales, okay? So this, okay, price bought, sold, bought, sold, bought, sold, then went up, okay? This is what we call, oh, sorry about that. All right, so what happens is price sells, consolidates, buys, sells, buys, sells, buys, sells, and then starts going up, okay? Then starts going up. That's what we call what you call that's what we call a resistance. I mean a support. So what will happen right now over here is that this is now an area of support because price had failed to sell through this level, okay? It sold, then rejected, bought, came back again for a sell, but rejected, bought, came back again, but rejected. This is what we call a support, where price is failing to break through this level to make sells, okay? That is what we call support. We call that the roof, okay? And then over here, you will have a what? A retest, okay? A retest into that area. All right, and now it has been created as another support, okay, because price broke through, and when it sold it failed to sell through the support. It rejected and put up again at that level. That is what we call a support area, okay? And that is what's happening over here on your 30. It is a resistance area over here, right? It rejected, sold. Now it respects over here. We can mix our supports, all right? It made a higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, all right? So we are in a buying trend. But then I said when price gets to resistance and gives a rejection candle, and this is the rejection candle. This is what we call a shooting star. I'm going to do candle confirmations with you in the next video, but this is a shooting star. And usually when we have a rejection candle at a level of support resistance, price is going to reverse. So price is not going to continue buying. Price is now going to sell because it gave a confirmation candle at a resistance level. Okay, so now you move on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. All right. Now what we see here is this higher high, higher low. I made this my support. Price came back. Okay, made a higher high, another higher low. Now it made this higher high. The price started rejecting, okay, at this resistance level. Notice how price bought, okay, then came back down again, rejected. Bought, then came back down again, rejected. Bought, then came back down again, rejected. So this is now like an important level of resistance because price is failing to break this level and now has started selling, okay. That is our resistance level. So what's going on here is that price, okay, this was a level of resistance, okay, because price was in a buying trend, okay, and then it rejected here, with this candle, okay, then came back up again, then broke it, and then retested it. This was an important level of resistance, right? Price rejected it with this candle here on the 4-hour chart, and what had happened is it sold. Now what's going on is price broke it, now came back for a retest in this area. When it sold, it didn't continue selling right through to continue making a level of resistance. What it had done is it rejected and then bought at this level, now making it a support. All right. So that is a level of support that I have over there. All right. And then price made a higher high, then a higher low. It made a pullback. We're in a buying trend. And when in a buying trend, if price makes a selling momentum and then buys again, this is what we call a pullback. Price has pulled price back before it went up again. All right. And what we see here is, again, we had a resistance level. This was our resistance level over here. Okay, we had a resistance level over there. Price bought, rejected, then sold. It failed to break through. It actually failed to break through, so rejected and sold again. This is what we call resistance again. Price broke it, now it retested again. Okay, it retested this level. Okay, so we can expect price to make a rejection candle here and continue buying, breaking this weekly resistance, then respecting and then going to the upside again. All right. So if price ends up then breaking this level, okay, and actually continuing a sell, we can take this as resistance again and we can be looking for sells, because on our daily chart we did say that price has rejected this level. Okay, so you can actually continue selling. All right. And if we go back to our hourly, what we have here is price broke this level of resistance, came back and retested. Okay, this is where now I looked for my buying confirmation. Okay, what we had over here was a um a triangle. Okay, this is the triangle pattern, right? Where price, it's a symmetrical triangle specifically, where price can break any way. You can either buy or sell. Okay, a symmetrical triangle. Price can go any direction. But I had anticipated price to buy, because what we had over here, okay, if I could just take out this, okay, so with this trade, okay, we had a symmetrical triangle. If you just go to the 15-minute charts, I think that'll be better. Okay, right. So we had a symmetrical triangle. Okay, we had a symmetrical triangle. So price could either go anyway. When you see this pattern, okay, this symmetrical triangle, know that price could either sell or you can either buy. But I had anticipated a buy because we had a support level. Price was consolidating. It failed to break through this level. Price was carrying on respecting, failing to break that level, respecting it so many times and creating a strong level of support. And the more respected a level is, and the more rejected a level can be, is the more stronger that level will become. So price rejected quite a few times, making this a very strong area of support. And what price had actually done is, since you know this is a symmetrical triangle, it can break either way, either buy or sell. Okay, and so then we knew it was gonna probably buy because we had a support over here, and what does price do? Support, it buys. So then I knew that price was probably going to buy to the upside. Okay, and you had another major support level over here, right, where price, if you had to go back, where price was resistant, price broke, retested, and then went for a buy. So this was like my first support. This was like my second support. So I had two support levels in that area. Okay. And since we had those support areas, we anticipated really strong buying positions because we had two support levels. Okay. So price was really giving a strong buying power, and also because we are already in a buying trend. Okay. So in a buying trend, it's good to pick up technicals that will support your buying analysis to make it even stronger. Okay. And that's what happened over here. We had two very important support levels, this major support and this mini support on the 15-minute chart. So if we go to the 15-minute chart, all right, we then set up a position. This is our take profits. Okay. And you could have set your stop loss right over here. Okay. Right over there. You could have set your stop loss right over there. That was a trade that I had taken yesterday. Okay. What had happened was price broke out. Nah? When it broke out, right, it came back. This was a mini resistance. Price rejected this point, okay, and sold, and then bought. And when it bought, it came back and retested, okay, and it retested on this trend line. So in a break of structure, price will retest that point, okay. So what we had over here, okay, if let me just go back to the 15-minute chart actually. I don't know if you guys will see it, but what we have over here is a selling trend, okay. It has a lower high, lower low, lower high, okay, lower low, all right. And when price now did that, it created a trend, okay. It created a trend. First touch, second touch. This had now become a trend line, okay. This became a trend line, and this is what we have as a trend line. This is what you call a trend line. When price goes in a buying direction, sometimes it can do so consolidating, okay. Sometimes it can do so consolidating, or it can just um do so in impulse, okay. But price will not what's this, do that. Trend lines will usually come in like a consolidating kind of manner, okay, or it will just have higher highs or lows, higher highs, okay. So then what we have here is a trend line, all right, a trend line. So this is what we call a buying trend line, because price is going up in the buying direction, okay, buying direction. It's making lower, it's making higher highs, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, okay. That's what's price doing. Now when it does that, it will create like some sort of a line, and this is what we call a trend line, and this is a buying trend line, okay. Price is going in the upward direction, creating this line over here, which we call a trend line. And when price breaks this line, this is what we call a break of structure, all right, because the structure, okay, was a buying trend, okay. We were going to the upside, that was a structure, we were buying. Now when price ends up selling, okay, this is what we call a break of structure. It has now started selling, and in this, there was now a resistance. A support has now become resistance because price broke through it and came back and failed to break through it again and rejected, making the resistance points. That's what you call a break of structure, okay. That is what we call a break of structure. So then that's what price did. Price was selling, all right, and we had now made a trend line. And when price broke out over here, okay, when price broke out over there, when price broke out over there, it came back for a retest. Okay, that's when you put our support levels over here, right? We expect it to shoot up to the upside, but then price broke that level and ended up now respecting this support level. So in trading, it's always good to put extra levels. It's really good to have more than one support level sometimes. So it's very good to have more than one support level, okay? Because this was rejected, into resistance, price broke out, came back, okay, and broke through it. But I didn't tell myself that, okay, now we're going to be looking for selling positions. No, we have another support level here, a major support level over here. And that is where now I had set my stop loss, just a few pips below my support. And that's when we shot up to the upside. Look at this. We shot up to the upside, all the way to the upside, all right? 2 hours resistance level again, and my price had done. Price now came back again. I'm going to teach you guys of these things called fake outs, okay? Because traders now think that, okay, now you broke this resistance level, okay? Now we're going to be looking for price because price now rejects here. But my price can fall back all the way into that level again, okay? And it can take out anyone who was in a buying position, all right? And that is what you call a fake out. And this fake out I call is the M formation, okay? The M formation happens when price breaks out at a level, this resistance over here, then falls back into it, then does it again to build up liquidity, to build up more selling power after it broke this level, then comes back into it again, all right? That is making an M, okay? If I could just draw it over here, all right? Price came back up, down again, then broke up, and then comes back up again, okay? And then this would be, let's say, resistance, okay? Now, people would think that price is gonna come, okay, and break, then retest, okay? Then retest, and then head up to the upside. But price doesn't do that, okay? What price does instead is it continues selling, then goes back up again, okay, tricking more people to get into a buy again, then perhaps get a retest here, then head to the upside. But price does again, it falls back again into the same level, okay? And that's what price did right over here, okay? And this ends up making an M formation. It ends up making an M. So that tells you that, okay, that we can be selling, because if you look at the 4 hourly, okay, if you go to look at the 4 hourly, all right, and this is important when knowing how to read your candles, okay? We said that this is a resistance area, okay? And price rejected this area by giving us a shooting star, a candle confirmation at a resistance point. So that signifies a reversal. Then if you head to the lower time frame, let me just go to the 15 minutes. If you go back to the lower time frame, we now see price making 2 fake outs on the weekly resistance, okay, and now heading back into the level below, making an M formation, okay, and when making that M formation, it signifies more selling power because it gave 2 fake outs building liquidity. All right. And another thing you could have added was another resistance area. Okay. Price failed to break and continue buying. The price came back to the level again, tested it, failed to break out, instead rejected again. Price came back, bought, failed to break through it, instead rejected again. All right. So that's proving to become a very strong resistance area because price rejected more than once. And the more rejected an area is, the more stronger it becomes. All right. And on this resistance level, price made two fake outs, making M formation. Okay, let me just get this, making an M formation. Okay, and making M formation now builds up more selling power. Okay, it's an M formation, builds up more selling power. Price rejected, came back up again to build more liquidity. Okay, liquidity as in more selling power that people are going to sell again. Okay, making this a stronger resistance level, meaning it's going to have more selling power. Okay, and you guys could have easily gotten on a trade over here the minute you saw price rejecting in this area. Okay, you guys could have just gotten in, put stop loss a few pips above that resistance area, and then you could have made this your TP. That could have been your TP. That was going to be a gorgeous move to take, to be honest. Okay, we have resistance 1, resistance 2, came back into zone, gain information at this weekly. Price gave an information at this weekly resistance, broke it, came back down, building more liquidity, making this resistance area a stronger level because it's been rejected 2 more times. All right, and those are some trades that you guys could have taken on your 30 along with your candle confirmations. And yeah, this was pretty simple. And as you can see, the candle confirmation we had was a shooting star, and then price went down and absolutely sold. So that is a strategy that I used to look at price action for your 30 and got really good trades. Okay, and it's just a simple strategy. It's not difficult at all. Just a simple strategy from just using price action. Okay, not using indicators, just using price action. So in my next video, I'll give you guys candle confirmations, what are they and how to use them, and I'll teach you guys more about trends. Okay, what are some of the moves that I've caught so far for US 30. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.